Alrighty guys, this is snugsonblitz and I'm back with another video for you today. Now, I'm going to be playing a game in this tank, the T-2020. Yes, it's not a tank I really wanted or even care about, but during the Christmas event I happened to pick it up, so I thought I might as well make a video on it and just share my thoughts. So let's jump right in. Now, as you may or may not be aware of, this tank is pretty much a copy-paste of the IS-3, IS-5, IS-3 Defender, OBJ-252, Glacial, etc., etc. But when I played against it, I felt this tank had nothing going for it. It was really at the bottom of the pile. And I have to say, I still think it's at the bottom of the pile, but what separates this from those tanks? Surprisingly, I found that its maneuverability was pretty good. It felt faster, it had better terrain resistance stats, even better gun depression, I felt. Now, I don't go in and check the numbers because I just don't care. I just play how I feel, and I think those are things that made this tank stand out to me. So I would highly recommend using this tank maybe with the mediums, because it felt like a tank that can punish mediums but not so much heavy tanks. You know, the OBJ-252, its armor is just super strong. And the IS-3D has the gun, you know, the 3-shot auto reloader. Of all those tanks, the IS-3 is probably the most balanced. But this tank, I mean, its armor can handle lower tier tanks and, you know, lower caliber guns. I'm doing okay here. Just taking it nice and slow. I see another bounce right there. That's good. And I really want to get rid of this Keeler here because he's the biggest threat. That's a pretty strong tank, and its armor is kind of troll. So what I want to do is either get rid of the Lupus here, or if I get an opportunity, go for the Keeler. Now the Lupus here has not much health, so I see my opportunity here. I've got full health, so what the heck, right? I can take a hit, maybe two. I'm just gonna stick close to the wall here, manage to get past him, boom, he's gone. So that was my biggest threat. Anyway, what is this game all about? Why am I sharing this with you? I'm sharing it with you because I hear a lot of people say that I don't like playing Chinese tanks, or I don't like playing that tank, or yeah, that tank sucks, or whatever. And the truth is that you never know which tanks you're going to gel with and which tanks you're going to struggle with. Starting out, my first tier 10 heavy was the T-62, and I struggled massively in that tank. I couldn't figure out how to use it. The T-54 I was okay in, but the T-62 just didn't have the speed for me, and so I kept getting put in difficult positions. And now I know how to play it, and I do just fine, but back in the day, that was a tough tank for me to use. But I switched over to the IS-7, and I absolutely loved that tank. I thought it was great. That was more my playstyle. And so, the same thing with a tank like this. I mean, I got it for free. I would never have paid for it. I wouldn't have even used credits to pick this up because it's just not a tank I wanted. But since I got it for free, and I could sell it for credits, but I mean, I've got 150 million in credits, so I don't need credits. So I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna, take it out for a spin. And I was pleasantly surprised. I mean, it's definitely near the bottom of the bunch of those tanks that I mentioned. And I wouldn't say it's a tank you should spend gold on, really, unless you can get it for super cheap. But you never know what tanks you're going to play well in. And I was pleasantly surprised with how much fun I had with this tank, even though I've played a ton of battles in the other tanks. Now look at this shot here, okay? This is a crazy shot. Now, my gun is all messed up, so my reticle is really huge here. I have no good aiming ability. But watch this, here we go. And I'm gonna do what Wayne Gretzky believes is, go where the puck will be. See, I just figured out that that's where the TVP is going, and, fired a shot. I mean, if I miss, so what? Who cares, right? Anyway, that's all I've got for you. A pleasant surprise from Wargaming, and I do appreciate picking up these tanks from free events. And yeah, don't just sell them off because you think that you're going to hate them, or just ignore them in the tech tree because you think they suck. Yeah, they might, but just try them out, play a few games of them, and you never know. Anyway, I'll leave it there. I'll see you next time. Snugs on Blitz, out.